So this guy apparently murders another guy over some chicken wings. Now the guy's name is Devious, and Devious is 29 years old and he's living in Detroit, Michigan, and Devious has a problem. He's got really bad anger issues, like really bad. Like he's got the kind of temper where a small disagreement will turn into him pulling out his gun and threatening someone. Like he's that kind of dude. But one night in 2022, these anger problems cause him to crash out big time. Because on that night, Devious decides to go to a friend's house. His friend is actually having a barbecue and he's gonna have some people over. So Devious shows up there and there's some other people there, so I assume he's hanging out with some of those people, and they're all eating chicken wings that someone had made, and it seems to be a pretty normal evening. But then he starts interacting with this guy, Ronnie. And Ronnie, he's just another dude at the party from what I understand. He's just there, having a good time. And so Devious and Ronnie start talking and chatting it up, and at some point the conversation turns to chicken, specifically barbecue chicken wings. And it seems like these two guys don't agree on chicken wings at all. Now, we know this conversation is about wings, but there's no reporting on exactly what was said. Maybe one of them took the last wing, maybe one of them said drumsticks are better than flats, maybe one of them said that the other one's grilling technique was weak. We genuinely don't have that information. But whatever Ronnie says about these chicken wings, it pisses Devious off real bad. Like he gets really upset. And like we've already established, he's got anger problems. In fact, the last time he got this mad, he pulled out a gun and shot his baby mama 9 times. Luckily, she survived. Regardless, he's a crazy dude. And now he's in this situation again. He's feeling disrespected or whatever, and he just can't walk away. So this argument continues, and it keeps getting more and more heated, until Devious just snaps. And suddenly, in the middle of the barbecue, in front of everyone, he pulls out his pistol, and he points it at Ronnie, and blam, blam, he shoots him twice. And this, unfortunately, unalives him right there in the driveway. And of course, this pretty much ruins the party. I imagine as soon as the gun went off, everyone is running away and they're screaming. Now, this isn't Devious's first crime. Like I said, he recently shot up his kid's mom, went to jail, and later got out on bond. But that means that now he's actually out on bond for that shooting. That also means that he has to wear one of those ankle monitors at all times. That's one of the conditions of his bond. So no matter what he does, police can easily track wherever he goes, so he can't hide. So this is looking really bad for him. Regardless, he doesn't want to stick around at the scene of the crime. So he jumps in his car and he flees the scene. Next, I guess he drives over to his girlfriend's house and he stashes his gun there. I guess if he's gonna get caught, he doesn't want to get caught with the murder weapon in his possession. Now, by this point, people have called police and paramedics, so police are all over that party. And they're questioning people, trying to figure out exactly what happened. They're trying to figure out who the shooter is. And pretty quickly, they learn that the guy they're looking for is Devious. Now, here's where the story gets even crazier. About a day goes by, and because of his ankle monitor, police have tracked Devious's location, and so a bunch of officers head out to find him. And at this point, he's hiding out at someone's house. I'm not sure who that someone is, there's no reporting on it. And I don't know if this is a coincidence or Devious hears police coming, but either way, he's not trying to stay at this house he's at. He's gonna flee. So he gets into his car and he's pulling out of the driveway, and that is when skirt, the police pull up. So they put on their light because they're trying to pull him over. But Devious, he's not trying to stop and have a chat with these officers, so he speeds away and they follow him. And he keeps driving and they stay after him. And this turns into a whole high-speed chase. And Devious is leading them through his residential neighborhood, going 65 miles an hour, probably dodging pedestrians, blowing through stop signs and whatnot. And I don't know what his end goal is here, but it's clear that this man doesn't want to go back to jail. But then, as he's driving, I guess, Devious gets an idea. He's thinking that maybe he can hide at, I believe, a family member's place that's within driving distance. So he speeds over there, and he pulls up to the house, and he ditches the car, and he runs right inside. And of course, police follow him straight there, and they get out, and they surround the place. Meanwhile, Devious is inside, and there are some other people in there, including a 2-year-old girl. And this 2-year-old girl is allegedly his niece. And that is when he gets another idea. Instead of just hiding at this house, why not take this little girl hostage? So he grabs this toddler and he runs upstairs and he barricades himself in a room with her. And now he is officially in a standoff with police. And police, they're taking this very seriously. They gotta bring in all the officers and the armored trucks and shit. So these officers, they're all outside and they start trying to negotiate with him. They're like, come out peacefully, release the kid, nobody else needs to get hurt. But Devious isn't trying to hear all that. He is not coming out. And so hours go by, and he's just sitting up in that room, just with this young hostage. And at this point, it seems like friends and family members have joined police, and they're trying to convince him to come out of the house peacefully.
Come outside! Come outside! Come outside!
Now, at one point, police, they're trying to negotiate with Devious, and it seems like he's finally ready to make a deal. And I guess he's yelling his demands out the upstairs window, and he yells to the police that he'll let the 2-year-old girl go if they bring him a pack of cigarettes. So he wants to trade his hostage for some smokes. And for some reason, from what I read, police say no. Wouldn't you want to do everything you can to get the little girl out of the hostage situation? I mean, just give the guy his cigarettes. What are you doing? Anyway, so the standoff continues, and it seems like Devious is gonna stay in there for as long as he can. And hell, he might not ever come out. Until 5 hours go by. And at this point, Devious, he doesn't have a lot of options. I mean, he can't shoot all these cops. There are too many of them. He can't run. The place is surrounded. And the longer he stays upstairs in this room, the longer he has to babysit this 2-year-old. So he finally decides it's time to give up. However, Devious can't just give up the way a normal person would because he's not a normal guy. He's got to do it in the shittiest way possible. So he grabs his niece and he goes to leave the house, and instead of walking out with his hands up, Devious walks out of that house holding the 2-year-old girl directly in front of him, using her tiny body as a human shield so that the cops don't shoot him. And luckily, eventually, police are able to safely get the little girl away from him. Here is some footage of one officer carrying her away. We hope she is good and safe. Anyway, once she is safe, bam, police arrest Devious. Here's his mugshot. And eventually, police go and they search his girlfriend's house and they find his gun, aka the murder weapon. And the last update that I read on this, the case has actually not gone to trial yet, so technically, all of this is alleged. And all because he couldn't walk away from an argument about frickin' chicken wings.